Hello everyone. It's been an absolutely incredible year for Mario Kart 64. We've seen so many new shortcuts in just the past year alone, kicking things off with the Toad's Turnpike time trial shortcut out of nowhere last August. Ever since then, there has been a revolution of new shortcuts and such being discovered at an incredible rate, and a lot of new players being able to get their hands on their first world records. Out of all the new shortcuts, though, two tracks that have shortcuts remain unchanged: DK's Jungle Parkway and Shaka Mountain. And then there are still three tracks that remain that don't have a time trial shortcut: Moo Farm, Koopa Troopa Beach, and Manchi Boardwalk. We'll take a look back at this in a bit. With all these shortcuts, they seem to be getting more complex as they go on, and require a lot of thinking and testing, and we've seen so many new strategies that go into making these shortcuts possible. Some that may sound ridiculous on paper, but end up working. This is Mario Kart 64 after all. I started working with Mr. Ponytail, a Diddy Kong racing player on TAS a bit ago, and he became my TAS partner. We've spent hours on calls, save stating, resetting, and working on something. So, is there potentially a new strategy that we can do? Let's take a look into this. And let's also go back to the five tracks I mentioned earlier, more specifically one track in particular. Let's take a look at Koopa Troopa Beach. So Koopa Troopa Beach doesn't have any time trial shortcuts, or maybe it does. And it has a couple Grand Prix things that we sadly can't use in time trials. But something I did want to take a look at is something I'm sure a lot of you have seen before. I'm going to play a short clip by Miles in 2008. It's a ramp glitch at Koopa Troopa Beach, and if you play time trials, this could have happened to you by accident. So as you can see, there's a drivable area inside this rock that you can clip into, and this area has been known for a while. But is there anything that we can do in this area? On a call with Mr. Ponytail, I suggested something because it didn't seem possible to jump to the other side. In Cuba Troopa Beach, you can jump off of rocks to get height. So with this rock bounce knowledge, can we do something with it? Can we make a new shortcut concept out of it? Sadly, it's not possible. If you try to jump off the side of the tunnel to get height, you just end up clipping back into the tunnel. There's no collision going from the outside to the inside. But while we were experimenting, Mr. Ponytail ended up fluking something rather big. I mentioned earlier that a jump to the other side seemed impossible, but he accidentally made it to the other side while attempting to jump off the tunnel for extra height. Here's what he did. We now have a concept for a potential shortcut in Koopa Troopa Beach, and as you'll see later, this fluke unlocked a lot of possibilities. So there it is. There's a concept for a possible shortcut. Nope, this is just a mere concept. You never know which direction this could go into, but we're hoping we can make it into a shortcut. If you look at it at full speed, it looks like he got a perfect jump to the other side, but actually no. If we slow it down, you can see he partially clipped into the tunnel while still remaining on the invisible area, then he jumped again. This gave him a midway point to land on, and he made a jump to the other side, hence the name Skip Clip, due to skipping across the out of bounds using the tunnel. Even though this is just a start, it is interesting. Is there anything else we can do here? Yes, there is. We were able to get a left turn out of this, making it a lot better than just a straight clip. You can see if we hop left at the place where you do the skip, you can go a lot more far left, which is a lot more optimal. Now it's starting to look more promising. We've looked at a left hop clip and a straight clip, but is there more that we can do? There is, and let's review it. So we already looked at those two things, but I wanted to try to get even more optimal. So I suggested to Mr. Ponytail, let's look at sliding. We know that sliding while on a boost from a shroom is faster than driving straight with a shroom. Could that help us make it to the other side easier? Well, again, like driving straight, even drifting while shrooming and then jumping won't let us get to the other side. So let's go back to the partial clip inside the tunnel. We have been able to land in the spot in the tunnel while in a drift, but every time we would fall and just land short of the track on the other side without jumping. Jumping here is very tough, and we haven't been able to do it on task yet. If we got this jump though, it seems like we would be able to make it, and finish out the lap for a potential shortcut. There is one more thing I wanted to look at though. Something that can be done, but isn't that easy. Doing a mini turbo on the invisible platform. I was able to hit it on console, and it is definitely possible, but if I try to do a mini turbo and jump to the other side, it was just barely not possible. If this is combined with the skip clip, this might be possible shroomless. So our idea was to get a mini turbo, get the skip clip, and then make it to the other side and stream normally. But maybe this could be done streamless. It would be pretty interesting if it's possible, because we're getting the same distance with the shroom as we are with this mini turbo. Could it be possible that we can do the streamless, then it'd be optimal? There's going to be a lot more testing in this. But this is a concept. That's what it's meant for. It's meant to be built off this. All these tests are going to be built off this concept. So the strat is out. I know people are going to be wanting to try this. But just for simplicity reasons, you don't actually have to get the clip shown in Miles' video to get to that area. If you're just trying to screw around or maybe get a better jump, the best way to do it is going to be in a clip I'm going to play right now. So this is the base to it. This is the base to a potential shortcut on Koopa Troopa Beach. How is this going to play out? We might see this in the coming months, as other players will be working on this. I'll continue to work with Mr. Ponytail on this, and we'll see what we can do. Unfortunately for a lot of people, this is similar to the Bowser's Castle shortcut. This requires mostly driving, and a successful streamless clip in our test would only seem to save maybe a few tenths. Now for something to be said. Throughout all of our testing, it seems like a successful clip here would be faster, but if you look back at Miles' video, we can see he hits the rock first to clip in. That loses time, and we're wondering if that would kill it. If we can get a perfect clip, this may save time, but if we don't, and it's not possible, this might not end up saving anything. But all shortcuts have to start somewhere, and this feels pretty strong. A question we might get is if we've tested this on other tracks, and we sadly haven't. This might be possible on other tracks, but we don't know. The last thing I want to say is I want to thank Mr. Ponytail for his help on this so far, and for all the work we'll be doing in the future. I have some test videos I'll be uploading right after this premiere is over, so you can see those happen without having to come back here every time, including the video on how to get into the area without the ramp for testing purposes. So that's a skip clip. It's been a blast figuring things out on Koopa Troopa Beach, and I wish everyone good luck in hitting this. In the description, I'll also leave the save state file for BizHawk for the straight clip if you want to try it for yourself, and I can't wait to see what the community can do.